Happy morning, dear friends. Here's yours, Dr. Rajanta. Welcome to Demystify with Ajay. Here's we are in tutorial 5. Today we are just going to discuss about conditional statement. And conditionals are used when we want to express code based upon a set of circumstances or values. Conditionals evaluate Boolean values or Boolean expressions, and they are usually preceded with if. So let's say we are writing a voting program and we want to print something only if the user is under 18. And see here, dear friends, yeah, previously we have just seen with the same condition and we have just checked for the age. Yeah, we have just provided a variable age and the value is 20. Now let me just make use of it with the if condition, and here is the if statement syntax. That is how we are just providing is there are several key components to a condition, and let's break them down here. So the first is the if keyword. Most conditionals start with an if clause. Everything between if and the colon is the condition that we are checking. And the next important piece in this colon is the colon indicates that the if clause has completed. At this point, the compiler decides whether the preceded condition is true or false. So syntactically, everything that follows the colon is indented. And kindly have a note of this, dear friends. Python uses indentation instead of brackets. So indentation can be advantageous when dealing with nested conditions. So because it avoids conversion notation, and Python indentation is expected to be four space and may usually be achieved by pressing tab on your keyboard. So indented line will only run if the condition evaluates to true. So if the condition evaluates to false, the indented line will be skipped over entirely. So here we have just provided the indentation for the print function, and if it is true, it enter into this function, and if it is false, it just goes out of it. So let I just execute this, dear friends. And see here, when I'm just coming to the same indentation, see, kindly have a note. Indentation is one of the Python's singular feature. Indentation is used everywhere in Python. Indentation can be liberating. One advantage is in the number of keystrokes. So it takes one keystroke to tab and two keystrokes to insert brackets. Another advantage is readability. So it's clear and easier to read code when it all shares the same indentation. So that is meaning the block of code belongs to the same branch. So one potential drawback is that dozens of tabs may draw text off screen. So but this is rare in practice and can usually be avoided with elegant code. And other concerns such as indenting or unindenting multiple lines may be handled via shortcuts. So select all the text and press tab to indent. So select all of the text and press shift plus tab to unindent. And kindly have a note of it, dear friends. Indentation is unique to Python. This may result in strong opinions on both sides. In practice, indentation have been shown to be very effective, and developers used to other language will appreciate its advantages in time. Okay, let me just go into the if syntax and let me just see it with an example, dear friends. And here there is a multiple line of code where you set the age, the variable, to the value 20 and add an if clause as mentioned in the following code snippet. And see here, dear friends, if the age, if the condition is satisfied, and here we are just going to, that is greater than or equal to 18, and age that is less than 21, it enters into this block. And here, see, let me just execute it, and here it just prints it. and there is no limit to the number of indentation statement. Each statement will run in order provided that the preceding condition is true. So as it true, it just enter into the print, so that is block statement of this print, and it just executes it. And now let me just make use of some nested conditions. And see here, dear friends, when I'm just making the nested condition, yeah, we want to check the same both the conditions as, yeah, age is greater than or equal to 18, and if age is greater than 21 too. So we want to just check both the condition and want to say whether the exact user can vote or not. And see here, dear friends, here when I'm just making it, first it just goes into this if statement, and if it satisfies or if it is just making the exact statement to be true, or the expression is true, it enters into the next line, that is the print statement with this indentation. And once on to that statement is executed, it just checks for the second condition, where here too there was an if condition. And here, if in the second if condition, if it is executed, if it is checks for the true condition, it is going to the second indentation block, which is of the second if condition, which we just say it as a nested if. And okay, let I just execute it. See here, dear friends, so how this happens is, it's true that age is greater than or equal to 18. So the first statement print, that is you can vote, is prints. Then second condition, that is age is greater than or equal to 21, and however it is false, so the second statement does not get printed. So it just comes out of the loop. Now let me just go for the if else condition. See here, dear friends, if conditions all commonly joined with else class, that is the idea is as follows, that saying that you want to print something to all user, you unless the user is under 18. You can address this with a if else condition. If the user is less than 18, you print one statement, and if the user is not less than 18, yeah, it will just print otherwise. So the otherwise class is preceded with else. And see here, dear friends, when I'm just making this, yeah, the age which is greater than, less than 18, and yeah, it is just going for the else part. And when if it is true, it just gets into the first statement. But here, as the first condition itself is false, it just goes on to, that is jumps on to the else condition. So everything after else is indented, just like everything after the if loop, which we just seen in before. Now let me just make here with an alternate code of mentioning that in this the above step 2. Now see here, dear friends, I just want to give, that is, yeah, if age is greater than or equal to 18, yeah, obviously the exact first set of code is true, so it is not just going to enter into the else part. So how does going to work it? Let I just make it executed. Yeah, see here. So here the first snippet is, the code snippet is itself executed because the age is greater than or equal to 18. And next comes, let me just have, see actually in this exercise what we have just seen is how to use if else, and there are many ways to write a program in Python. One is not necessarily better than the another. It may be advantageous to write faster program or more readable programs. And see here, dear friends, a program is a set of instructions run by a computer to complete a certain task. Programs may be one line of code or tens of the thousands. So you will learn important skills and techniques for writing Python programs in various of the concepts is there, which is going to follow the next. And here is elif, which we just say else if in short. So this elif does not have meaning in isolation. So elif appears in between an if and else class. So an example should make this clearly. So have a look at the following code snippet and let me just make it in a step-by-step manner. See here, dear friends, how this is happening. First, let me just see what is it has been written and how the breakdown has been given. So here as the first line checks if age is less than or equal to 10. Since this condition is false, the next branch is checked. So the next branch is less than 19. And see here, dear friends, so the next branch is elif age less than or equal to 19. And this line checks if age is less than or equal to 19. And this is also not true. So we move on to the next branch. And the next branch is elif age less than or equal to 29. So this is true since age is equal to 20. So the indent statement that follows will be printed. And once any branch has been executed, the entire sequence is aborted. So none of the sequence or subsequent elif or else branches are checked. So if none of the if or elif branches were true, the final else branch will automatically be executed. And as of here, we are just getting this, the third elif is in true condition, and here we just get the output. So kindly have a look of this, dear friends. So with this, we have just seen how the if conditions with the variousness of else and elif we have just seen with some examples. Let me just see the topic, next topic, loops, in the next video. Thank you, dear friends. Have a nice day.